Have you ever really thought about your ears? I mean, really thought about them? We're about to take a deep dive into one of the most intricate and honestly, one of the most surprising parts of your entire body. You might just think they're for hearing, but oh, they are packed with incredible secrets we're gonna uncover together.
So, secrets? In your ears? I know, it sounds a little strange, right? You'd think they hear things. That's the job. End of story. But that's not even half of it. Your ear is a master of multitasking, and it's pulling off some amazing feats that go way beyond just picking up sound. Okay, just to give you a little sneak peek of what we're getting into, did you know your ear has the smallest bones in your entire body, or that it's directly wired into your sense of taste? Yeah, really. It even has these tiny sensory cells that literally dance to make sounds louder. And, of course, it's the whole reason you can stand up straight without falling over. Let's get into how all this works. All right, our journey begins in the parts we're all pretty familiar with, the outer and the middle ear. But even these areas, the ones we think we know, have some seriously clever tricks up their sleeves.
First stop, the outer ear. It is so much more than just a funnel for sound. For one, it's self-cleansing. That's what earwax is for, to protect the whole canal. And get this, it has this amazing property called natural resonance. That unique shape it has, it naturally boosts certain frequencies, which is a big reason why a newborn baby is so perfectly tuned to the specific pitch of its mother's voice. Pretty cool, right?
Now we're heading into the middle ear, and this tiny air-filled space is an absolute powerhouse. The eardrum vibrates on a scale so small it's basically at the molecular level. This is where you'll find the 3 smallest bones and the smallest muscles in your whole body. And if that wasn't crowded enough, the main mirror for your face and your sense of taste have to pass right through this critical little junction.
And this picture, wow, this really shows you just how delicate that whole system is. On the left, you've got a perfect, healthy eardrum. It's translucent, intact. But on the right, you see a perforation, a hole. And that doesn't just mess with your hearing. It throws the door wide open for infections to get into that sensitive middle ear. It's an incredibly thin membrane doing a huge job. Okay, now we're venturing even deeper into the most mysterious part of all, the inner ear. It's a structure so complex and maze-like that it's literally called the labyrinth. This labyrinth is so vital, it's protected inside the single hardest bone in your entire body. Think about that for a second. And inside this tiny, super fortified space, 2 totally separate senses are at work, our hearing and our sense of balance.
So, how does hearing actually happen in there? Well, it's this beautiful 4-step chain reaction. First, sound waves make the eardrum vibrate. Then, those tiny little bones in the middle ear act like levers to amplify those vibrations. That sends waves through the fluid inside a snail-shaped thing called the cochlea. And finally, microscopic hair cells ride those waves and turn that motion into electrical signals your brain can finally understand as sound.
But here it is. This is the most incredible secret of all. Those little sensory cells, the outer hair cells, they don't just sit there waiting for sound to happen to them. They actually have motor movement. They physically shrink and stretch. They dance to actively amplify quiet sounds. It's what gives us such an amazing range of hearing. It's an active system, not a passive one. Just amazing. Of course, when you have a system this complex, this delicate, well, things can go wrong. So let's take a look at some of the common risks and conditions that can affect our hearing. And the causes of damage are pretty varied. Loud noise is a big one, think machinery, firearms, that kind of thing. But so are infections or blockages in the little tube that connects your throat to your ear. And yes, physical trauma, which absolutely includes using Q-tips improperly. And as we're about to see, your genes can play a huge role too.
Let's start with a really common example, acute otitis externa. You've probably heard it called swimmer's ear. Basically, it's an infection of the outer ear canal, and it's something that can get a lot worse if you just try to ignore it.
So, in the beginning, you might just feel some pain, maybe a little itchiness that just keeps getting worse. If you were to look inside, you'd see things are getting red and swollen, and you'd start to see some debris or discharge building up in there. But if it's left untreated, it can get really severe. The pain becomes intense, especially if you even just touch or move your ear. The canal can actually swell completely shut, trapping all that discharge inside, and the swelling can even spread to the tissues around the ear. Not fun at all.
Now let's switch gears to a totally different kind of condition, one that starts right at birth. Just take a look at this number for a second. 1 in 10,000.
So what's that about?
That number is roughly the odds of a condition called atresia, which is when a baby is born completely without an external ear canal. It's rare, for sure, but it really highlights just how complex the whole development process has to be for this system to form correctly in the first place.
So, knowing all of this, the incredible complexity, all these hidden secrets, and all the vulnerabilities, how do we actually go about protecting this amazing personal sound system we all have?
Well, a crucial first step is something you can do right now: awareness. Seriously, just understanding your own family's medical history can make a massive difference. Is there a pattern of hearing loss or balance problems in your family? Knowing if you're genetically predisposed to something is such a powerful tool for being proactive about your own health.
From those dancing cells to its crazy connection with taste, your ear is so much more than a simple receiver for sound. It's a living, dynamic, and incredibly delicate system. So the final question, really, is a personal one for you. Now that you know its secrets, what are you going to do to protect it?